Hey everyone, it's Drawing Jackrabbit welcoming you back to the Warren after a nice 2-week holiday, ready to get back into the swing of things and ready to get back making reviews for you guys. So, for those of you who don't know, it was my birthday a few days ago, and my really nice mother was able to get me this for my birthday. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Iron Man Obadiah, Stane, and Monger 2-pack, and this is a part of the Infinity Saga series. Now, this set has been out for quite some time, and I've been staring at it at my local Forbidden Planet for months and months, thinking, I really want that, but it was quite expensive. It was very, very expensive, especially considering, what you get. Maybe the price would have been justifiable if this guy had lit up, but he doesn't, so yeah. But the price has come down massively, and I thought, it might be worth trying to get hold of it, but then my mom said, no, don't worry, I'll take care of it for you for your birthday, so yeah, very, very cool set, so big thank you to her for picking it up for me. Yeah, I really like the packaging. Now, for those of you who don't know, Iron Man is my favourite movie in the MCU. Debate me. I'm sorry, it is. It's none of this multiverse nonsense, none of this, convoluted and really silly universe, just a great film about a man who was cocky, arrogant, had the whole world on his shoulders, and then learnt very quickly the consequences of his actions, by seeing what could happen when his weapons got in the wrong hands. And he, a lot of people say, oh, well, he's only a superhero because he has money. It's like he built the first Iron Man suit from scratch in a cave with nothing but scraps. So, yes, he used money later on, but still, Batman does as well. There's quite a contrast there. So, as said, this set contains Obadiah Stane and the amazingly huge Ironmonger figure. So on the front cover, you have the Infinity Saga logo, you have Hasbro for ages 4+, which is quite reasonable actually, kids can play with this. And then warning, choking hazard, you have the Marvel Studios logo, and of course the wonderful Iron Man movie logo, Marvel Legends series, and then the names of the characters, the Avengers logo on the side. Oh, this is so difficult to show because it's so big. On the sides, you've got this nice kind of artwork of all the characters. It's a shame I don't care about most of them. On the back, you've got the wonderful movie poster of Iron Man. And then you have a nice description here, which you can read if you want to. It's in various different languages. And then on Ironmonger, yep, very cool. All of the legal stuff on the bottom. On the top, you've also got the Iron Man logo, and on the other side you have a repeat of the artwork again. So yeah, very nice presentation box, pretty big, very difficult to fit on camera. So without any further ado, let's get these out the box. Okay, so here are the two figures out of the packaging, and as you can see, there is quite a significant height difference between them, but I suppose that's good because he does actually sit inside this, although I have no idea how he does. God, he must have his legs spread like this. So, yeah, that is quite funny. So I think first what we'll do is we'll take a look at Obadiah. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Love the actor who plays him. I've been very lucky with mine. I've got this awesome eyes looking off to the side look, which usually I'd have a problem with, but it does give him a very kind of shifty, villainesque kind of look, and obviously if you pose him like this, oh, that looks really cool. Absolutely fantastic detail on the face. This photorealism that they're going for is really, really paying off. Just the standard Marvel Legends suit body. We've seen this body many times before on figures like Chameleon And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a J. Jonah Jameson with this. Oh, yes, they have. I think they have. Yes, from Spider-Man No Way Home. So, yeah. Yeah, not too much to say about it. Nice pattern on the tie, nice pattern shirt, really nice suit. Got the addition of the ring on his hand. And yeah, just a very, very good head sculpt. Very good likeness to the actor. You see, got all those little lines and got his face. Just try and bring that into focus. There we are. Really, really cool. So in terms of accessories for him, he comes with two. You get the Iron Man chest piece that he does take out of him to put inside the big suit. And you do even get his little briefcase to pop it inside, which I believe it will fit in there. Just pop it in. Oh. No, it doesn't fit in the briefcase. Okay, so yeah, it is very much just a briefcase that this can't fit in, but that doesn't matter. So as you can see, the hands have been specifically sculpted to hold the two accessories. This one fits nicely into his right hand, whereas his briefcase fits very securely into his left hand, which is nice. So, you know, that's how I like to display him. Very, very cool. So we'll just run over the articulation very quickly for this guy. It's very standard, so the head can do a full 360, but I wouldn't do it because you might scrape the paint off the beard. He can look up quite the ways, can look down really far, can also lean from side to side because it is on a ball peg. The arms can rotate full 360 and also come out to the side, but do pop off really easily, and I believe there's a reason for that, because I think, like you say, this body's been used for other things, so it probably had a removable arms feature. So don't panic if that happens to you. You know, it just clips straight back on. There was a full rotation at the bicep, a nice double joint bend at the elbow, so you've got you can bring the hand right the way up. Full rotation at the hand and also backward and forwards. There is a full rotation at the waist and an ab crunch, so he can lean really, really far forward and quite far back. So there's quite a lot of range of motion for this body. The legs can kick forward 90 degrees. There is a full rotation at the top of his leg, a double joint bend at the knee, and the feet can pivot from side to side as well as forward and backwards, although mine are very tight because it's fresh out the box. So yeah, I do have a bit of trouble getting him to stand this figure, but he's fine as a whole. So yeah, overall, nice figure, although if we're all being honest, I don't think he's the reason we're picking up this set, although he is a nice inclusion nonetheless. Now let's bring in the Ironmonger. Now this is going to be difficult because, like I say, he's so big I can barely fit him on the camera. So, taking a look at him, I mean, this is impressive. Like, you know, this is very, very impressive. Even though he doesn't come with the light and sounds features like I would have really liked him to, it is a very impressive figure. I don't think anyone can deny that. So, yeah. Love the texture that they've kind of put into the plastic itself. It's got this very kind of, you know, very metalish look to it, which is very nice. Love the addition of all of the little areas and all the detail inside the chest. The face has been done really, really nicely. And this detail continues right the way around the figure. On the back, you've got the addition of pistons and all these various inner workings in there. Same with the legs. Very, very good at hiding the joints. Right down to the feet here, which are enormous, which is good. I love that they're flat, and I love that they're also quite wide. So, you know, it gives the figure a much more easier time at standing, because this figure is very heavy. He's got quite some weight to him. I really love how they've added all of this on. You have his Gatling gun on this side and his rocket launcher on this side. Yeah, it's just very, very cool. His shoulder pads can be a bit frustrating because they do just kind of pop out, but at least they're not attached to anything, so it doesn't run the risk of breaking them when you articulate the figure. You can still move them backward and forward with ease, and it is just a softer plastic, so it should be okay. And yeah, the one thing that I'm not sure if I like or not is that the pistons are just for show. They don't actually move when articulation is done, except for the ones at the back here. Now, as you can see, that's actually just popped out, and I'm not sure how to fix it, so hold on. And that is a bit of a problem with this figure. These pistons at the back here do tend to pop out when you move the arms backward and forward too much, so I think what I'm going to have to do is try and, there we go, just pop it back in, like so. So yeah, that is a bit of a hindrance, and maybe that's why they opted to go with the pistons not being functional, you know. But then I just think that, considering that a child could be playing with this, I reckon these might sustain damage over time, so just be careful with that. So we'll take a look at the articulation, and considering the size of this figure, there is actually plenty of it. So his arms, they can do a full rotation if you remove that, but obviously, as you can see, I've just popped this out again, so yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. They can come right the way out. There is a full 360 rotation at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow, a full 360 at the hand, and also forward and backwards. There is a full 360 at the head, but you can't really do that because it's hindered by the sculpt of the chest. It can look up really far, which is nice, and also look down quite a bit, which is also very nice. Now, the chest is essentially one big ball, which is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it all the way around, as well as lean him forward quite far and back quite far, which is really, really cool, and side to side, as you can see. So I do worry about that getting potentially loose over time, but it does feel strong enough. And the legs can kick forward. Now, they're on ratchet joints, which is very, very good. It's always good to use ratchet joints when you have a heavy figure so that it doesn't lose balance over time. It's really good. You can also bring them slightly out, but they tend to flop back. You can push them more in if you want to, but I think it hinders the figure standing. There is also a nice 90-degree bend on the knee, which is very, very surprising. And there is also even articulation at the feet where you can pivot them from side to side, as well as slightly forward and backwards, you know, just to, if you want to get him in a more kind of walking pose, then you can do that. Just pop that back in. So yeah, apologies if I've, oh yes, there's also swivel at the legs as well, so you can really get some good pose adjustments there. So I hope I haven't missed anything, but yeah, overall a fantastic level of articulation and posability for such a big figure. And I think that's one of the things that makes this set really impressive. Now mine does seem to be overbalancing a bit, so I will have to try and fix that. And in terms of accessories, the Ironmonger is quite plentiful. So he does come with 2 swappable hands for his as a other option against the fist hands. So you have a really far open hand, almost like he's going to grab Iron Man. And then you have a sort of more just relaxed hand. So if you want to pop these off, I imagine it's very simple. I haven't actually tried it yet. So yeah, just pop it off, nice and simple. As you can see there, get the other hand, pop it straight on. Wow, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, so that's really, really good. Yeah. Hold on. And he does also come with this little shoulder missile cannon, and it's quite strange the way they've done this. So there isn't actually a place to attach it or clip it in. Instead, they've kind of just put this little thing where you can attach it to the pole at the back, which I'm not going to lie, doesn't really look right. And it actually comes in the box like this, so, you know, I do worry that this pole here might have gotten warped because of it, but it didn't, so it's fine. But I don't know, I just feel like it would have been better if they'd have made like a little, although then again, maybe that would have damaged, you know, made the sculpt look a bit strange. So yeah, maybe it's good that they didn't do that actually. But the great accessories are for his minigun. He does come with the blast effects and even the smoke effects. Now how this works is you've got a little tab here. You just pop that into the smoke effects, and then at the other side of the smoke effects you have a tab, so as you can see it just goes in like that, and then move the hand out the way and just slot it into the minigun, and boom, you have a firing minigun. But what's really cool is they've also included the bullets coming out of it as well, so as you can see, if it'll focus, as you can see, nicely painted, very nicely sculpted, and they simply slot into this little gap here. And boom, I just think that's awesome. So yeah, now you have a fully working machine gun for the Ironmonger. That's very cool. I'm very, very happy with how that's turned out. So yeah, you can get him in a really, really cool action pose, and it's just so awesome. Like I say, what really disappoints me about this figure is, especially considering the price that it was originally, which was £90, it's come right the way down to about £50 now. I believe my mom picked this up on Zavvi, so if you guys are interested in picking it up, you know where to look. But I think, especially considering the original price, they could have put light effects in there. You know, it would have been so nice if it could have lit up blue like it does in the film. I have seen someone on YouTube actually customize it so it does do that, and it looks fantastic. But overall, you've got a really fantastically sculpted figure here. Great articulation, good level of weight to it, so once you get him balanced, there's no chance of him falling over. And yeah, you also do get this very nice Obadiah Stane figure. So overall, do I think this figure is worth the original price of £90? No. No, definitely not. Do I think it's worth the price that it's come down to? Yes. It's a very impressive figure, and we'll just do a size comparison. So we'll bring in an Iron Man figure. I do need to pick up the Infinity Saga Iron Man from Iron Man 1 to really just complete this display, and I hope they release more figures from this film. I'd love to see the silver prototype suit, the original Mark 1 from the caves, just a standard Tony Stark figure. You could even use this suit body again. Bucky, maybe, you know, from the first one, if they can get the actor's license. I would just love that, you know, really have an original Iron Man 1 display, maybe even a battle damaged Iron Man, you know, just something cool like that. But I think this is definitely the crowning jewel of the Iron Man display that you can make. So just to kind of really show the sheer size of this thing, here is the Fourth Doctor from the character options line. Here is a Dalek from the character options line for Doctor Who. And here is Jonesy the cat from NECA, from the movie Aliens 40th anniversary line. Way down there. So, yeah. This guy comes in at around 9 inches, so he actually ends up being bigger than the average NECA figure, which is quite insane. He dwarfs like everything else I have on my shelf, and he just looks so, so awesome. So overall, what do I think of this set? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I know I did have a lot of reserves for this, like saying, you know, could have been better, could have had some light effects in it, but honestly, the sheer awesomeness of this sculpt and the really, really well done face of Obadiah Stane, it's just absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever had a toy like this. You know, it's absolutely huge. It has great articulation, great center of balance, And yeah, it's just overall a really, really cool toy. If you're like me and you're a huge fan of the original Iron Man film from 2007, God, that makes me feel old, then this set is a must-have. And like I say, I'm going to do my absolute best to track down the Infinity Saga Iron Man from Iron Man, just to really kind of round up and complete this display. But overall, really, really like this set at the price of £50. As I say, it should still be that price if you can find it. If you do find this set, I would say don't pay any more than 60 for it, because I just don't think it justifies going that high. But some of you may disagree, and if you are able to get this set, you are going to really, really enjoy it. So thanks ever so much for watching this review, guys. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world. Please like, share, subscribe to join the Warren and see more reviews like this, and just have an amazing day wherever you are. So thank you all for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.